What's good, I Love Basketball TV. In today's video, we're going to take a deeper dive into the set point, reveal a few secrets that you guys probably don't know about, so now you guys can have an efficient shot. Let's dive into it. So when it comes to our set point, we want to make sure our wrist is underneath the basketball, so now we can push up and out, giving us enough power in the ball, so now it can go up in the air, making that perfect arc-like shape, and then it can go inside the rim. Now, a lot of us understand this, but don't actually get into this exact position. What tends to happen is you guys like to get your wrist behind the ball, and now it's harder to get underneath it to pop that ball up. Now the ball's probably gonna go out straight. You're not gonna have a lot of touch or a lot of power into that basketball. It's gonna be hard to make shots. Or you guys get the ball too high, now the ball's behind you, now it's gonna pop the ball straight up and it's not gonna allow the ball to travel out. That also ruins your jump shot. What we wanna do is make sure we can get our fingertips near our eyebrow level. So at our set point, our wrist is underneath the basketball, but now my fingertips are near my eyebrow level. That lets me know my body's enough under the basketball, my wrist is under the ball, now I can push up and out all through the ball, adding the power into it at the same time. Now, I don't need to be in this exact position with my fingertips at my eyebrow. I can be slightly higher or just slightly lower. The main thing is making sure I'm underneath the basketball. So now I can get behind it, so now the ball can go in the direction that I need it to go. Another thing too many players struggle with is setting the ball too far away from their face. So they get nice and low, they move the ball up, now the ball's too far away from their face. They're trying to listen to their coaches that told them to make that perfect L, but when I make that perfect L, the ball is now further away from my body, which makes me weaker within my shot. So it's harder to get the ball to go further out. Now, I can get the ball to go up from here pretty easy because I'm underneath, but now it's gonna be challenging for me to get that ball to go out. Remember, the ball needs to go up, out, and straight. So if one of those is good, being able to go up, but the other one is hard, getting the ball to go out, that's an inefficient jump shot. What we need to do is bring the ball closer to our body. So even if we're at our set point, we can bring that ball just a little bit further back. Now I can still take advantage of pushing up, but I can also take advantage of the ball going out at the same time. An easy drill to help you guys work on getting to your set point, the same spot every single time, is just with our ball raises. So we're gonna get nice and low, establish our level. We won't be using our legs at all, so we're gonna stay in that same spot. We're only gonna be moving the basketball. So we're going from here, getting nice and set up, and just lifting the ball to our set point every single time, working on repping it out, getting to the same spot. Now, we wanna make sure we're getting to the correct spot that we shoot from. A lot of people make the mistake of trying to get to this spot, but they really shoot from here. So we wanna work on getting to the correct spot of where we release the ball from. When we get into the mid-range, and I'm talking 15 feet and in, super close to the rim, you guys start to make a couple mistakes, right? Because we're so close, you guys know I need to take more power off the shot or I'm gonna shoot the ball over the rim. How do you guys end up taking power off the shot? You guys jump lower, right? So you guys don't explode, you don't use your legs, you guys probably try to jump like 1 to 15 inches off the floor to try to take that power off the shot. That's a problem because now when I get into the mid-range off the dribble or off of a cut or something, someone's closing out or diving out of my shot, now I can't get over top of that person because I'm not trying to jump as high. If I'm coming off the dribble, someone's right on my hip and I don't explode, now they can block that shot a whole lot easier. So you guys try to take power off by jumping lower. That is a huge mistake. The second mistake you guys do is you guys soften up your touch because you're right here close to the rim. So you guys pull up, you guys get to your spot, and instead of flicking your wrist with a firm wrist flick using your fingertips and all the good stuff, you guys short that shot because you're like, I'm so close, I don't want to overshoot it. So now you guys go soft and the ball falls short, or there is no correct touch on that shot, completely ruining that shot attempt. The correct way to take power off that shot because you're close to the rim is to extend that set point. Now, I know that sounds kind of crazy because earlier in this video, we just talked about not having the ball too far away from our body because why? It takes power off our shot. But the thing is, we're closer to the rim and we're trying to explode and get over top of people so we can make shots. What we need to do is let that ball get a little bit further away from our body up in the air this way. So instead of having that ball lower, we need to let that ball to get up in the air from here. Now we have less power. So now we can take a regular jump shot, flicking our wrist, using our fingertips, exploding up nice and high. And now that ball's gonna have a better touch because it's further away from our body. Now we have less power. If I try to have a lower set point with my shot, kind of like how Steph Curry does when he's shooting far out. So I'm nice and low, but I try to shoot like this 7 feet from the hoop. I'm almost gonna probably put a hole in the backboard because I have too much power. So when I get that close, I need to raise that set point up and then be able to flick my wrist, right? But all the other stuff remains the same. I still let the ball lead. I still wanna get my wrist underneath the basketball, use my fingertips and flick my wrist firm. So now I have a good shot. It's just my set point is just a little bit extended. So an easy drill to help you guys work on having that extended set point is just coming right here. We're working on our form shots, and we're specifically working on extending that set point up and then shooting a regular shot. So shooting with the firm wrist flick, having that ball come off your fingertips, knocking a couple shots down. Same thing, back up to about the middle of the court or the middle of the lane. Same thing, working on that extended finish. So you're shooting it, regular shot. Once you've warmed up, done all that, now we're getting into the real drill. We wanna start 1 foot underneath the paint, get nice and low, standing on one leg. We're gonna jump to the side, take a big hop, get into that shot right away, working on that extended shot. Now, with the drill, like I said, starting 1 foot below the free throw line, starting off on one leg. When we jump to the side, I want you guys to land 2 feet at the same time. So you're nice and low, jump, 2 feet hit the floor at the same time, lift quick into that shot. All the principles stay the same. Ball leads, but now we're just extending that set point just a little bit higher. Still working on flicking our wrists, using our fingertips, shooting a regular jump shot. Now, let's start to switch things up, and let's say we're stepping beyond the 3 and we're trying to extend our range out. Now we might need just a slightly lower set point. So when we get set, instead of having that extended set point where we lose power, we want to bring that ball down just a little bit. Now we gain more power because that ball is lower, closer to our body. We have access to more power, so now we can shoot from further away. So when we think about players like Steph Curry, Trae Young, Damian Lillard, they're shooting super far out. That's why they have those lower set points, but they still follow the basic guidelines of the set point, getting that wrist underneath the basketball. So even if it's just a little bit lower, they're still underneath the ball to be able to add that power into the shot so they can shoot further back. So an easy drill to help you guys work on that set point when you're trying to increase your range is just wide stance, no jump shots. So wide stance, my feet are outside my hips and my shoulders. Now I can't jump, so now I have less power or no power coming from my legs. All of it's mainly coming from my upper body. So if I try to shoot with the ball all the way on top of my head like this without using my legs, I'm gonna have a hard time getting the ball to reach the rim. What do I naturally have to do? Lower that set point to be able to get the ball to go from me towards the hoop. So a super quick bonus section. This is for the little kids I'm talking about, 8, 9 years old, kids probably who shouldn't be shooting past the free throw line. You guys are just beginning. So not the high school, college, or professionals, right? So for you guys, your levers are gonna be a little bit different. Your arms are shorter and your bodies are shorter. So you guys aren't gonna be able to create power the same way. So for the older kids, we wanna be able to get underneath the basketball. For the younger ones, you want to lower that set point. So your fingertips should be around your chin-ish area because you're gonna generate power from more behind the basketball, right? So we still need to get underneath of it. So we want our wrist to be about this spot. We don't want to be flat behind it because that's passing it forward, but we don't necessarily need to be here because you're not gonna be able to generate enough power that way. So like I said, drop that set point just a little bit for my little kids and then be able to shoot the basketball. You guys won't be changing or extending your set point at all because you guys still should be close to that rim and you guys are gonna generate enough power behind the basketball or a little bit behind the basketball because you're shorter, so you guys should shoot all the shots relatively the same way. Now, I know the value in this video is jam-packed and you guys are loving it, but I can't go over everything in one video. So if you guys want some more resources, I want you guys to go down low to the pinned comment, grab our ultimate shooting checklist, and we'll send you a free workout on top of that.